Hey guys, how's it going? So, just jumping on here really quick. Couple things. First of all, if y'all have had just a shit show of a week, by the way, caution, I could use bad language. If you've had just a shit show, just dude, congratulations. It's Friday Eve. You've made it to the last day of the week. I am so proud of you. So a couple of things that have been on my heart and my mind. First of all, let's start off with the heavier stuff and then kind of, work our way to the lighter stuff. It's been one of those weeks where events have happened where I've had to explain to my kids or try to explain to my kids the actions of other people, and I can't. So I am a proud supporter of our officers, our firefighters, our EMTs, our military, our dispatchers. Dispatchers, y'all are my heroes. Y'all have like the hardest job because you hear everything that's going on and you have to keep your cool and then just keep everything. There could be 20 people on scene of an accident or whatever, and you have to keep your cool and figure out who's actually the incident commander, because they all want to be the incident commander, and then figure out who's calling what out, and if you've already gotten that, and then if they call out your 28s twice, and you're like, okay, as you're unkeyed, you're telling them, I already have that. If you guys would actually talk to each other, less chiefs, more Indians, that type of thing. So I feel you. I love you guys. You're awesome. Officers, don't think I don't love y'all. I love y'all too. We got you guys in families and extended families and friends and everything. I love y'all. All of our first responders and military, you have my heart. But trying to explain somebody's actions and reactions that leads up to an event that you have to explain to your teenage children. And yes, they're still children. First of all, they don't need to know every detail. Second of all, they don't. It's not going to change their lives if they don't know every single freaking detail. So don't go out there and be like, oh, I heard that so-and-so. Okay, if you heard and you weren't there, then don't take it with a grain of salt, because that's the worst thing is you heard something. Well, what you heard might not be actual. It might just be something that somebody else heard or thought they heard, and then we just start with the game of telephone. But I watched a video this evening after speaking with my kids from a gentleman named Sean Whalen. If he hears this or if it gets back to him, sir, you are phenomenal. If I could ever meet you or talk to you, I would hug you, because what you said was on point. And if you haven't seen this, this is a viral video that's going around Facebook. This video that he made, and bear with me. Oh, caution, disclaimer, here we go. For me, I have zero filter. I have zero filter, and I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I don't care that I don't have a filter. Like, I tell it like it is. My view, my opinion, my thoughts. So if y'all don't agree, I get that. I totally understand that. I respect that. But my thoughts, so here we go. Mr. Sean Whalen had a video that I saw this evening, which is February 15th. And in this video, he's talking about the school shooting that happened in Florida. And he he just came out and say it, and I love this man for it, is that your um oh gosh, like so sorry, I'm like squirrel moment. Um your PC does not outweigh the life of a child. Basically, I don't care if your feelings get hurt, if your feelings get in the way of you saying something, if you see something or hear something, that's on you. That's your conscience. I have always taught my kids, and I will always continue to teach my kids, that if something feels out of the ordinary or not right, or your spidey senses have gone off, or you just don't think something's adding up, ask, say something, report it, do something. You're not being a narc. Because what if your child actually does say something? Hey, you know what? Johnny's acting kind of weird. He's been kind of isolated for the last couple days, and he's normally outgoing. If your child, or if that child that says, hey, Johnny's acting weird, I would rather be the parent of Johnny getting a phone call saying, hey, your child is acting weird, or have them talk to Johnny specifically. Hey, you're acting weird. What's up? What can we do? You okay? Rather than not say something at all and then have, God forbid, Johnny pull a knife, take a gun, hang himself, whatever. Have that event happen. See something, say something. In all events, it does not make you a narc. It does not make you a snitch. It makes you human. It makes you, I just lost the word. I'm so sorry. My head's pounding tonight, you guys, because of the stress and the hurt. I mean, not the hurt, but the problem is how did we get to a society where we actually have to remind people, see something, say something? It's because we've been so PC and have become so PC, like, oh, you can't say that, somebody will get offended. Oh, you can't do that, somebody will get offended. I don't give a crap. If it looks like a duck, acts like a duck, and walks like a duck, I'm going to call it a duck. I'm not going to call it a freaking goose or something. That's stupid. That's seriously stupid, you guys. Just be caring. Be nice to each other. Being nice to each other, you'd be amazed. You would be amazed if you actually complimented somebody. I dare you guys. I double dog dare you guys to take this challenge every day, every single day. Compliment. And I don't mean BS compliments where you're like, oh, hey, your hat looks nice. I mean, like, hey, you know what? Your smile is so infectious, it makes me want to smile all day long. I have a coworker like that. Every time they smile, I could be in the crappiest mood. They smile, and it instantly raises my mood and puts me in a better mood. Instantly. It's awesome. I love working with this person. You would be amazed how much a compliment would change somebody's outlook on things. If there's somebody out there that's been bullied, picked on, beat up, just for being different and weird, I'm going to tell you right now. You see my picture and you see this woman with, the dark hair and the blue eyes and the red lips. I'm going to tell you right now, that is not the same lady, woman, person that you would have seen back in 96 to 99. You would never recognize me. Yeah, that's my actual hair color, but you would have not recognized me. I am the epitome of the ugly duckling, and I didn't have surgeries. I didn't have, I didn't have Botox. I didn't have plastic surgery. The only thing I've changed is the length of my hair. And instead of wearing glasses all the time, I still wear them. I still wear glasses whenever I'm home. But when I'm at work, its majority is contacts. But you know what? I was picked on. I was bullied. And I was bullied because I was abused. I was abused. It's side detour really quick. I was abused severely. I mean, severely. It's severely is a word that doesn't even describe it, you guys. My biological sister can attest to this. I was abused so severely that I died literally 3 times in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. They had to revive me 3 times. I had brain surgeries. After brain surgery, shunts put in, shunts removed, brain surgeries to relieve pressure, shunts to put in to relieve fluids. I was paralyzed on my left side until I was about, I don't even know how old I was when I actually fully became able to walk again. I know it was several years. I had to relearn how to walk, relearn how to talk, relearn how to do everything. Doctors told my parents that I would not make it past a certain age. They told my parents that my mentality level would not pass the age of a 5-year-old. They told my parents that no use, she won't make it. No matter how much work you put into her, she won't make it past that. Good luck with her graduating high school because she won't make it. So with that, my parents and my brothers, I have several brothers. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many, but I have several. They build me up. Instead of tearing me down, they built me up. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it. You can do it. But I had scars. And literally the scars and the visible effects of being abused. Kids are mean, you guys. Kids are so mean. Unless you raise them with extreme manners and politeness and you make them understand, they become mean. And granted, I'm not going to, I think I did a great job with my kids. My kids go out polite. I know my kids, when they're away from me, they might say some things that I might want to knock them upside the head for. But you know what? We're all human. We all make those mistakes. However, if I ever hear them say those things within the vicinity of me, I will knock them upside the head. So being bullied. I was bullied, and I'm still on the side note. So it's not past tense, it's current. I have a lazy eye because of the abuse, knocked the muscles loose in my eye. Unless I have major surgery to fix it, it will never go away. I've learned to control it pretty well unless I'm stressed or tired. You usually can't see it. I have scars on the top of my head and the sides of my head. Right there in the middle of my forehead of the picture, you can see right between the two stars. If you felt my forehead, you would feel the fractures and all the scars. Plus, if you felt the top of my head, you would feel huge craters. Those are scars from having brain surgery and having my head beat in. You guys, during school, and I'm not talking just high school, I'm talking elementary school, middle school, and high school, having to switch cities because of it. I was picked on, I was bullied, I was ridiculed, I was pointed at. I would have problems finding the words and saying it because of the traumatic brain injury I have. I still have problems finding words sometimes. I know the words I want to say. Sometimes they just won't come out. Kids are mean. But what took me through those years is having not only the confidence of my family, and you guys, I get it. It's your family. They're supposed to love you. My family chose me. I'm adopted. Kids are mean. My friends, my true friends at school were the ones that got me through it. And y'all, I had friends of every walk of life. I had friends that were Hispanic. I had friends that were Italian. I had friends who were Black. I had friends that every walk of life. I can tell you my friends' names. And those friends knew that if I hit that breaking point, I would just give up on everything. What do you think happens to these kids, these people who who are the cause and effect of these major events? What do you think happens to them? They've hit their breaking point because people will they've withered them down where they think they don't have anything else to do or anything else anywhere else to go. They think nothing is fixable and they're pushed to that breaking point. I was to a point where during my freshman year of high school, I was bullied and I was pushed and I got my first and only fight. And I'm not saying it's right, but I had to stand up for myself and I did. After that event, because I was pushed to my breaking point, I wasn't I wasn't picked on as much because people realize if I hit my breaking point, bad things happen. And granted, I know some of you are going to say it was only a fight. That was my first and only fight. I'm normally an upbeat, optimistic person. And having the people around me to raise me up, to compliment, to, you know what? That's okay. You did this, but you did this wrong, but you know what? You did this awesomely. You did this and this is what matters, and you had this success. Yeah, you had that one, but you had this success, and they focused on the positive. And you know what? You looked amazing up on the stage, and it's the compliments. So I challenge every one of you that hear this, genuinely compliment people, 5 people, not the same person, 5 people with a genuine compliment. And I don't want you to go to 5 different people with the same exact compliment unless it's genuine. You can't go up to somebody who's not wearing a scarf and go, you know what, I really like your scarf. They're going to know you're fake. 5 people, genuinely compliment them, because I will guarantee that it makes you feel better. Even if you're having a crappy day, it will make you feel better. But not only that, it'll make their day better as well. Having a 16-year-old being a junior, it's scary. I'm going to tell you straight up, as a parent, it's scary because you see these headlines and you see these events going on and you're like, oh my God, I gotta release her into the world soon. I'm not ready to do that. I'm not. It's scary. You can't control what other people are doing. And nowadays, we're so afraid that we're going to offend people is that, everybody's kind of like, these sheep. And that they're just like, oh, I'll just follow the flock. I know I've told you guys before that if I offend somebody, I'm teaching my kids to be sheepdogs. I want them to be the ones to help protect the flock and to help watch over things and be like, hey, that's out of the ordinary. That's not okay. Or, and it's not being a snitch. It's not being a narc. It's not any of that. It's being, what's the word I'm looking for? Being in the moment. It's being there. It's being present. We have so many electronics and so many everything that we are not in the moment and we are not present. If you walk past somebody and then something happened and they asked you and the police or somebody asked you for a description, how many of you would be able to give a description? Okay, dispatchers, let me just say right now, you are excluded from this question because you would rock it. How many of you would be able to give a description from top to bottom, inside to outside? My daughter right behind me just said, not me. And I guarantee that majority of you would say that too. Unless you've been specially trained. And even then, if you're off duty and you're on your cell phone, you still might not be able to. And I'm not faulting you for that. And I'm not blaming you for that because we're all human. We all get on the cell phones and the tablets and whatever. But I'm saying if you're in a place and it just, something doesn't feel right, get off your phone and just start being observant. Start looking around. So it's scary, y'all. So that's my challenge. So just to reiterate, I challenge everybody who hears this to genuinely compliment 5 people every day. Just do it one day. See how it feels. Go to the next. I know I try to. And I get it. We're human. We're like, oh crap, I forgot. I do it all the time. I at least try. So, as I said, start with the heavier stuff, go with the lighter stuff. moving on. So the lighter side of this, we recently bought a house, and I love this house, but it's like house one, house owner zero, because waited like 2 weeks, and then the furnace all of a sudden stopped kicking on. And it's wintertime, and we're in, I don't know if I want to say where we're at. We're in a part of the US where it gets very, very cold at night. And people are always like, but we live in a desert. Let me just say that. I can say that confidently. We live in a high desert. So people automatically assume, oh, you live in a desert. It's warm. No, we're in the high desert. It gets extremely cold too. We live near Lake Tahoe. I'm going to say that. So with the furnace going out and it reaching 30 and 28s at night, we're looking at possibly freezing pipes, freezing people, freezing animals. Well, the animals are smart enough. They cuddle up with the humans underneath the blanket, so they're smarter. So we ended up calling this company, and this company is like well known in this area, and we asked them to come out and take a look at the furnace. They said, okay, great. We can be there tomorrow. This was a couple of days ago. We can be there tomorrow. I was like, okay, awesome. So, hi, Coda. Hi, Bubba. We have a new puppy too, so if you hear me taking a detour, I'm talking to the puppy. So we call this company. They come out. Two guys show up. It looks like one of them's being trained. So the first guy walks in, and goes, "Hey, I'm so and so. How you doing?" I'm like, "Good. How are you?" Again, in real life, I'm so sarcastic, you guys. It is like, OMG. Like seriously, take a break. And I crack jokes. They're dumb jokes, but they're jokes. So the guy walks in, I'm talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, with my schedule, it's kind of crazy. So, but with the cold, if I have to go to work, I need to make sure that my kids aren't going to turn into popsicles. And he goes, oh, yeah, not a problem. So he takes a look, opens up the door. The furnace is in the hallway, you guys. So it's like an extra, like, little closet behind the closet. So he's looking at the, Tara, get the puppy. So they're looking at the furnace, and I'm not even joking. They take like 35 minutes of just sitting there, plugging this little tweezer looking thing. I don't even know what it is. It could have been a toothpick for all I know. Plugging it in to something, looking at it, go, oh yeah, you see it? Oh, okay. And every time I walked by, it'd get really quiet. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm very trusting until you give me a reason not to trust you. Let's put that in there. So after about 35 minutes, he goes, oh yeah, your entire PC board needs to be replaced in your furnace. Granted, I'm not an HVAC person, and I've never been an HVAC person, but here was my first common sense thought. Isn't the PC board needed for the fan to turn off or to turn on? And he kind of looks at me kind of strangely, and he says, yeah. Then how is the whole PC board burnt out if the fan is kicking on? So backtrack, I don't think I covered this. Let me do this really quick. So what was happening is that the furnace fan would kick on, but it wouldn't actually ignite. So my common sense thinking was like, ooh, whatever the igniter is burnt out. That was my common sense thought. So talking with this guy and asking about, well, if the fan's kicking on, doesn't that mean that the entire board is not fried? To which point he looked very confused and he couldn't answer that question. And I was like, I was like, okay, apparently I'm making his brain hurt. How much would it be to replace that board? And I was not expecting the answer I got of $787 because the part is 672 or something like that dollars. And I about fainted. I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, excuse me? For a board, for an actual like PC circuit looking board. That's it. And he's like, yep. I said, okay, how much is a new unit? Mind you, I've already done some research. He goes, oh, a new unit's easily 3,000 to 5,000. Okay. Said, well, do me a favor. I'm like, I need to know. He says, let me go out to my truck. Let me see if I have a PC board in my truck. If I do, we can do it today. If I don't, we'll have to come back tomorrow. Okay. So I said, okay, go see if you have the PC board first. By all means, go for it. So he goes out to his truck, comes back in, says, nope, I don't have it in my truck. I'll have to order it from the city next to us, which is like 35 miles away. It'll be here tomorrow. I said, great. Do me a favor. As soon as you order it, let me know call me tonight and let me know what time you will be here tomorrow so I can see with my boss if I'm able to take the whole day off or if I have to do half day off and work it out, work stuff out. And then also I need to get a number so I know what we're looking at for price. And he says, great, no problem. You'll get a call this evening from our main office people. Great. Never got a phone call. Next day, my husband stays home and never gets a phone call. Well, that afternoon after they left, one of my coworkers like, hey, why don't you have my husband come out and look at it? He used to do HVAC for years. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Come to find out that part that they were saying was $670 whatever dollars, you can order it offline, and I can't make this up, for anywhere between $50 to $68. And most of those have free shipping. So I ordered the part. And I asked my coworker's husband, if I ordered the part, could you install it? His exact reply was, I was already going to tell you to do that. So we ordered the part. I called the company the next morning and I said, hey, you know what? Your guys never called me last night, so I'm not at home. I need to cancel the appointment and the part. I was very perturbed. And so I'm waiting for a manager to call. That was yesterday, guys. That was yesterday that the people were supposed to show and I canceled. And so I'm going to be talking to the manager. So I'm a little irritated. We got it fixed. It ended up being that now I totally forgot what it's called. It's a little like igniter thingy that actually, it's like right next to the carbon glow thingy. These are technical terms, by the way. And it basically had carbon buildup. He scrubbed it off, stuck it back in, and it works perfectly. So, and the wires were crossed because of the new board that my husband put in, and my husband and the coworker's husband, they put in, because husband's coworker showed my husband how to do it. They flip wires because it's a newer upgraded board, whatever. So it works. So I'm so happy we now have heat again in the house. We had a fireplace to try to supplement. However, we don't have a vent to get the heat to the back of the house from the fireplace. So it was a little chilly. However, we are back in business with it. Hi, Coda. Hi, Coda. What are you doing? Are you cruising around the house? I know. Everybody can see you. You're so handsome. So Coda is a 14-week-old Australian cattle dog. People who don't know what Australian cattle dogs are, you might have heard the term blue heeler or red heeler. Those are Australian cattle dogs. Same dog. One's an American Kennel Club or whatever. One's a dog group name. The other one's a layman's term name. Same dog, same breed. It's like potato, whatever. His mom was blue heeler. His dad was either German Shepherd or Malinois. Looking at him and seeing how he grows, I'm thinking more Malinois. His personality is hilarious. Hilarious. He cleans up his toys better than the kids pick up their rooms. It's awesome. He's cruising the house. He came from an abusive situation where the location in which his litter was born, the people starved them and abused them. So when we received him on a trial basis, he was very shy, introverted, didn't want to explore, didn't trust anybody. Now he's like cruising. As I'm talking right now, he's cruising into the kitchen, sniffing everything like, ooh, I think I smell food. Stay out of the trash. Come here. Hi, come here. Good boy. So he listens very well as he trots over. Hi, Bubba. He listens very well. He's still learning his commands. He's a good boy. Are you a good boy? Yes, you are. He loves, I think it's Blue Diamond, I think is the brand. It's blueberry and yogurt treats. He loves those.
Blue Buffalo.
Blue Buffalo. Thank you. Daughter corrected me. So yeah, things have been going good. It's new house, new puppy, So, I'm sorry for laying the heavy stuff on you guys early, but it was really weighing on me because it's just you guys, I just shake my head when I see people being mean for no reason, and they're like, "Oh, ha ha ha! It's funny. It's funny to tell people to shut up or whatever, just to be rude." And it's like, really? No, it's not. That makes you look ignorant and rude and douchey. So whatever. So I'm gonna get off here. You guys have a. Sorry, I just put a candy in my mouth. You guys have a fabulous evening. Tomorrow is Friday. Again, congratulations on making it to Friday Eve and tomorrow being Friday. You've made it almost the entire week. That is a feat in its own sometimes. So, again, heart goes out to all my first responders, military. Y'all, it's facing all public safety people. You have my hearts. We're, blue line, red line, gold line, green line. We are all one family, and y'all have my heart. So, you guys, sorry, the dog's trying to get the cat's attention by climbing the cat tree. So, you guys have a great day, and remember the challenge: compliment 5 people. Genuinely compliment. Guys, have a great night. Talk to you later. Be nice to each other. Bye.